Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the Mr. Fix-It channel. I got the 1965 CB160 in the shop, and I believe it needs some piston rings, so stay tuned. Alright, so in order to replace the piston rings in this bike, I'm going to have to remove the engine, because this design does not allow me to take the cylinder head off with the engine in place. So I got to disconnect a few things, pull this cover, take the chain off, shifter, carburetors, wires, doohickeys, thingamabobs. So I'm just going to get right into this. Alright, I think I'm going to start with taking the foot pegs off. Looks like they're bolted. Yeah, they're bolted to the bottom of the motor. So let me get these off, take the exhaust off of it. And of course I got to take the chain loose, and let's start right here. This exhaust loose. Alright, let's take this cover off here and get into this chain. It's cracked a little bit right there. I should be able to just pop the sprocket off. Yep. Alright, just release this clutch cable. Looks like all I gotta do is slip this out of there. Yeah, that was easy. I think I'm just gonna unscrew the throttles out of these carburetors and leave the carburetors on the motor. While I pull this out, I'll just disconnect those fuel lines, pull the spark plugs, wires, and looks like we got some wiring back here to unplug. And that's pretty much, looks like all there is to it. I'm just going to use my motorcycle jack here to take some pressure off the motor. Maybe get these bolts slipped out of here. Alright, there's that one. There's that one. Yep, there's that one. Oh, there it is. The crankcase vent hose here. I gotta get them. Yeah. Ow. Alright, here's the ring kit that I got. And full gasket set. Let's get this done. You can see it was clearly burning oil. Okay, now that they're real easy to get to, I'm going to go ahead and pull the carburetors. Okay, I should have new gaskets for the intake, so I'm going to go ahead and pull these off, get them out of the way. If I didn't have new gaskets, I'd be inclined to leave these on, because you don't want to cause any intake leaks if you don't have to. Well, I should have thought about this before, but I did not get a before and after compression reading while it was on the bike, so I'm going to just try to get a compression reading here on the bench. Alright, I'm going to stop there. We'll just simulate the other side, and the other tests about the same. So it's looking 105, 10, 15, 20, 120 pounds. And this is the side that wasn't smoking as bad. So I'm guessing the other side's going to be less. So that's 120. About 100 is all I can get out of that one. And that is the main problem cylinder. Well, let's see what kind of gains we get with the new piston rings. So we got 20 pounds difference between the left and the right. Get all these head nuts off of here. I always follow the tightening sequence when I'm in reverse, when I'm loosening just in case. Oh, there's a bolt right there. Missed it. There we go. It looks a little rough inside there. Well, I've never seen a master link on a cam chain before. Definitely some scoring on the camshaft. This thing must have been run low on oil and it burned up the rings. And then they parked it, and then that's why it seized up. But I'm just speculating. But there's a master link on the cam chain. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to release the timing chain tension by reaching in here with a long screwdriver. I'm going to push the chain tensioner out, and I'm going to tighten the chain adjuster screw on the back, and that'll hold it in place. And then it'll slack the chain. Alright, I'm going to pop this master link apart, and the last thing I want to do is lose that clip or any of these pieces down in the motor, so I'm going to stick a magnet right here, and hopefully that will catch anything that might pop off and go down in there. Stay tuned. Breathe. That may or may not have been a good thing to do. We'll find out. Alright, let's see if this cylinder head wants to come loose now. Look at the tiny little pistons. Alright, let's see if we can get the jug off now. It's scary, that chain falling down in there like that. Okay, something's got me stuck here. Not sure what the deal is. Pistons are binding up. That's all it is. Alright. What do they look like in here? Well, the piston rings are all free, so none of them are stuck. I don't see any major scoring yet. Well, there's a little bit on the hot side. Yeah, the cylinder walls don't look great. So there's some scoring, but there's also some pitting. I don't know. I'll give it a honing and see where it goes from there. Alright, I got all the gasket surfaces and everything cleaned up. I'm going to slap the piston rings on. I got to feed that timing chain down in here under the crankshaft and just start stacking these engine parts on here. Let's get it done. Some motor oil on the rings. We don't want these going in dry. So the timing chain feels nice and loose, so this thing is good to go. I'm going to go ahead and slip this thing back in here and see if I can't fish this around the crankshaft somehow. Let's see if I can use this long screwdriver to get it. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, where's the magnet? Where my magnet went? Where you at, magnet? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, let me go find my magnet. What happened to it? Where did it go? Man, I tell you what, it's like you spend more time searching for the tool you just had than you do actually working on the stuff. Come on there, baby. Oh, getting hung up in there. Come on. Well, it fit down in there just fine, but it won't come back out. Got my hand right in the way of the shot. If it would be so inclined to do so. Oh, it's right there. Oh. Okay, let's get this chain out of here. Let's not drop the other side in there. So close, I almost had it out of there. Oh, come on. Watch Mr. Fix-It struggle for 9 hours to get the cam chain wrapped around the crankshaft. This vintage CB160. Tune in next week and see if he drops the chain into the engine case. Oh, come on, really? It'd be nice if it would just be easy. I don't want to. I'm probably gonna have to take this tension or this thingamabob off. Man, I don't want to do that. I just want to pull the chain through. Come on. Maybe if I can get the very end of the chain, if that's possible. Oh. Oh. Don't breathe. Oh. Got it. Okay, I have me a little piece of wire here somewhere. There it is. I'm just going to wire this sucker together so it can't fall back in there. Okay, a little bit of brake clean this oil up. I spilled all over. There's this little gouge right here. I should probably put some sealant on that. Just a little dab will do ya. Alright, slip this new gasket on. I'm going to dab on this side just to help hold it in place. Alright, for me this is usually the trickiest part, is getting these pistons back into the bore. Especially these 360 engines where both pistons are up. Ouch. There it is. Timing chain tensioner dealio in here. Alright, wish me luck on my fishing expedition for this chain. This can't be the way you do this. Alright, let's attempt this again here. A couple long pieces of wire on each end of the chain there. Oh, would you look at that? Now we're going to make sure the mark's on top, dead center. Pull it tight on the front side. Okay, let's get this in here without dropping something into the engine. Where's my magnet? Here we go. Just put our safety net in here. This is very nerve-wracking. There we go. That's in. Alright, let's put this gasket on. Oops, I haven't prepped this yet. I gotta clean this gasket off. Alright, well we're just gonna pretend that wasn't a pain in the balls. Alright, let's see if we built any more compression. This test would have been so much easier to do with it still on the bike. But as you can see, we definitely made more compression. That's 120 there. That was the same as this side was. It's probably got more, I just can't kick it more. It's climbing up there, it should be good to go. I'll get a better reading after I get it on the bike and I can actually kick it. It's definitely got more compression because I can barely turn it over by hand now. Alright, I got a new gasket for that. Alright, the engine's all back in the frame. Let's see if it'll start. That's pretty awesome. The Kickstarter slipped on the splines. So I have to figure out what's going on there. Splines in the Kickstarter stripped. That's not good. The bolt is threading in there awful tight. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some work to this Kickstarter before I can try to start this bike. I don't know if you can see in there, but all the splines on this half up here are pretty much gone. Most of the splines on the bottom there are pretty much gone. I only got some good spline right there, and it's probably gonna need a Kickstarter. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to open up this split right here so I can get more clamp, and I'm going to run a tap through these threads so the bolt thread's in there easy, and maybe it'll work good enough to at least get the bike running. M61 tap. I'm going to drill this hole out so I can get some more clearance for that bolt. Alright, stick this back on the bike and see if it'll grab good enough. Alright, will it run? Start taking a choke off now. Key on. Not getting spark or what? Well, there went the Kickstarter again. Well guys, I guess it's making a little more compression than it used to now that the Kickstarter's wanting to strip out. That was probably damaged long before I got the bike. I really wanted a running engine for the end of this video, but unfortunately that's not going to happen with the Kickstarter shearing its splines. The electric starter is dead. So that's the way this thing goes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.